gentlemen, it's my privilege to introduce to you Phyllis Wheatley.
Hail, happy saints, on thine immortal throne, possessors of glory, life and bliss unknown. We hear no more the music of thy tongue, thy wonted auditories cease to throng. Thy sermons in unequaled accents flowed, in ever bosom with devotion glowed. Thou didst, in strains of eloquence refined, inflame the heart and captivate the mind. Unhappy we the setting of sun deplore, so glorious once, but it shines no more. Behold the prophet, in his towering flight, he leaves the earth for heaven's unmeasured height, and worlds unknown receiving from our sight. Their white-field wings with rapid course his way, and sails to Zion through vast seas of day. Thy prayers great, saint, and thine incessant cries have pierced the bosom of thy native skies. Thou moon hast seen in all the stars of light how he has wrestled with his God by the night. He prayed that grace in every heart might dwell. He longed to see the Americans excel. He charged his youth that every grace divine shall with full luster in their conduct shine. That Savior, which his soul did first receive, the greatest gift that even a God can give, he freely offered to the numerous throng that on his lips with listening pleasure hung. Take him, ye wretched, for your only good. Take him, ye starving sinners, for your food. Ye thirsty, come to this life-giving stream. Ye preachers, take him for your joyful theme. Take him, my dear Americans, he said. Be your complaints on his kind bosom laid. Take him, ye Africans, he longs for you, impartial Savior, in his title due. Washed in the fountain of redeeming blood, ye shall be sons and kings and priests to God. Great Countess, ye Americans revere thy name and mingle in the grief sincere. New England deeply feels the orphans moan. Their more than father will no more return. I wrote those words in honor of the Reverend George Whitefield upon his death. Now, they caused quite a stir. Like many of my early writings, I did not mean for them to fall upon the ears of others. Writing was something I did to make haste of time. Folks were surprised, and doubtful at best, that a slave could write such excellent poetry. I had to defend my authorship. I was requested in court to be examined by the most eminent thinkers and luminaries of my time. John Irving, John Hancock, the Reverend Charles Chauncey, Governor Thomas Hutchinson, Lieutenant Governor Thomas Oliver, and many other thinkers and politicians of the time. They all gathered to ensure that I, Phyllis Wheatley, a slave, could write such magnificent poetry. Well, they all concluded that I had indeed written those poems ascribed to me. And my master, Wheatley, and his son, Nathaniel, had them sign an attestation, which was included in the preface of my book of such attested poems. Well, after all that examining and attestation, the publishers in Boston still refused to publish my works. So my Mrs. Susanna, she decided I should accompany her son, Nathaniel, to London. We hadn't given no hope, and she believed in me. She believed that I could find patronage in Boston for my work. And once again, she was right, just like she was when she saw my first poems scrawled on the walls of my bedroom. I was only about 7 or 8. She did not seek to discipline me, or she didn't try to ignore me. She instead sought Master Wheatley and implored him, she conditioned him to aid me in my cause. Why? I was enthusiastically received in London by the most significant members of British society. Lord Mayor of London, Sir Frederick Bull, why, he sought my audience with King George III. Lady Selina Hastings, Countess of Huntingdon, William Bell, 1st Earl of Dartmouth, they became my most ardent admirers. And in 1773, they became my patrons and supported the publishing of my book.